Hello, fellow wrench heads. So today, if you guys saw the last video, we're going to be installing the Steeda clutch spring and perch for the Ford Focus RS. Let's do it. All right, so I'm in the car. Let me move this seat back a little bit. All right, so I'm in the car, and if you're looking at your clutch, so there's your clutch pedal, okay, and then right back here, right back there, there is your clutch spring, all right, and as you can see, the little black perch, and then the other little top. So before I was so rudely interrupted by my battery dying, this is where your clutch spring is. All right, so you can see. So basically what that does is it helps your spring to return to its home position, and it helps you to control how much pressure goes to the clutch system, because it is hydraulic. So I'm going to show you right now the two ways you can operate the clutch with the normal spring. So first, we press it down, and then you slowly come up, and you see that little hitch that was just there? That is what we're trying to get out of. So again, see if you can see it. So all the way down, and I'm coming up. All right, that little hitch is what we're trying to eliminate. So if you're doing aggressive driving, that hitch is really going to mess you up. Or even if you're trying to do like a quick takeoff from like a dead stop, that little hitch can really throw off how you blend your gas and brake combo. But if you like slam on it, you hear that thud, you still get that hop. So it doesn't bother you as much when you're like aggressively shifting at high speeds, but it's still extremely noticeable. So we're gonna try and get rid of that with this upgrade. All right, so I got a screwdriver right down here, and I'm just going to pry. There's a little notch. See if I can get you some better light. So on the left-hand side, there's a little notch that you want to get in there and just try to pry this off. It might take a little bit of working, a little bit of playing around with, but overall, it should be pretty easy. All right, so that came out. So what I did was, instead of trying to pry down on here, I got the screwdriver underneath this hat and pushed up, and it popped right out. So when you do this, if you look at the perch area, this side is open, this side is not. So what we're gonna have to do is, once we get in there, we're gonna have to kind of snake it in like this. All right, but then you're going to want to make sure that this faces the right direction. So here's the old spring. As you can see, it starts off fat at the top, and then it gets smaller down to the bottom. So I mean, it is a really good, strong spring, but this change is what's causing that massive jump up when you're trying to kind of finesse the clutch, or when you just dump it. That's what's causing that drastic hop. So here is the new clutch and perch spring. As you can see, just with my fingers, I can collapse it down. So right off the bat, you may think like, well, doesn't that mean that it's weaker? A little bit. Yes, but the thing is, because you have a consistent coil size and spacing, you're not going to have that jumping effect. And then especially when it comes to quick takeoffs from a dead stop, or in like, you know, that kind of stop and go to slow traffic, this will be a lot better. And your foot also won't fatigue as much during like longer drives in town and whatnot. So let's get back into the car, put this in, and then we will also kind of play around with the clutch again to see what the difference is. All right, so I'm going to try and do this as best I can with one hand. So first I'm going to get the upper part in, and then see if I can finesse this into place. So I gotta kind of get that one end in first, get the other part dropped in, and then here's where the tough part's gonna come. Might need my screwdriver. So there, one there, and then all right. Okay. All right. So all right, so it's looking like it might be easier if I come from the back of it and then kind of try to wiggle those teeth forward. So all right, how about this? I'm gonna get this figured out, then I'll bring you guys back and show you what I did. All right, so I got it in. So what I did was, once I got this part set in place, I used one hand to squeeze the perch down all the way. And then what I did was I pushed the clutch lever down. Oops, light again. So I pushed the clutch lever down, and then I rolled it into it. And then it snapped in place. Right now, as far as I can tell, it is a much smoother, consistent feel. So you still get that same tension as you push down, but then when you come back, it's much smoother of a raise. So it basically reversed that feeling. So basically, essentially what we have is, instead of that little, I guess like that little hop coming up, you have a very minor hop going towards the floor, which is, I think, is going to be more typical of what you see when you are on either like a stage 1 performance clutch or an OEM clutch, something like that, where the spring is a little bit more of that kind of pop or hop feeling as you're getting close to bottoming it out, versus when you're releasing it. So this is going to be much, much better of a feel. I will have links in the description for where I got this and how you can get it. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to do a review on how this has been doing after a couple of weeks of driving with it. And then I will also be doing a review on the gas pedal spacer, because that kind of gave a little extra something that I did not anticipate it giving. And then if you guys have seen any of my recent reels of posting on Instagram, I will be working on some content for the bike. It's a new venture for me, something I've wanted for a long time, and I finally been able to get my hands on it. So I hope you guys are interested in that. Please comment and like, subscribe. Check out the links down below in all the videos that have been posted. If the links don't work, don't hesitate to contact me, and then I will update those links for you guys. So I'm going to leave that one off here. Hope this helps you out. Any comments, questions, concerns, don't forget to leave a comment. And as always, Wrench Daily.